Hello everyone, this is the Maverick, and today I am talking about why identity politics suck. I have a quote by Milo Yiannopoulos. I'm not sure if I pronounced that last name correctly, but I like the guy. He says, "I'd prefer a world with no identity politics. I'd prefer we judged people according to reason, logic, and evidence instead of barmy left-wing theories about oppression." And that's really why identity politics sprang up, was as I talked about before, people of different races and different genders are being told that white straight males have been the oppressors throughout all of history, which if you actually read your history books, you will know that this is actually not the case. If you read biology books, people are different, get over it. But we're equal. I'm going to talk about why exactly identity politics suck here, because the indoctrination of people, of women, of children, of men, and of all different kinds of races to this way of thinking is toxic to a united culture if we really want it. If we really want everybody to get along, we have to stop being divisive based on the color of the skin and what is in your pants. Speaking of what is in your pants, I have one word to determine exactly what you are, and that is chromosomes. Do you have two X chromosomes? Congratulations, you're a woman. Do you have an X and a Y chromosome? Congratulations, you're a man. It makes no freaking difference what your gender is, and it doesn't matter what you feel like today. I don't care if you feel like a giraffe. You have an XX chromosome, so you're a woman. You have an XY chromosome, so you're a man. It doesn't matter. All that matters is the fact that it's there, not exactly what you are. People believe that they can just become the opposite gender. People think that they can just magically become something else because they want to. It's not the case. It doesn't matter what you are. I'm just saying, when I say that it doesn't matter what you are, what I'm saying is that we shouldn't need to feel any shame for what we're born with. If we do, that's probably some kind of neurological misformation or some kind of chemical malfunction from some outside cause that goes against nature. I mean, it is found in the animal kingdom that some animals are able to change their sex organs and thus essentially become the opposite gender. Humans cannot do that. So I stick to it like this. All that matters for your gender is your chromosomes, but what gender you are does not, should not. If it does, that's hideous. It does not and it should not matter in the long run what your gender is. Just stop telling yourself that you can randomly change it at your whim. You've probably inferred this, but I believe that the genders are different but equal. And every scientific study backs me up on this. There are fundamental biological and mental differences between men and women, and there are different biological physical differences in our bodies. And we are quite stupid to deny that. I'm not saying that women are worse or that men are worse, but what I'm saying is acknowledge our differences, embrace our differences, and then say, you're different, that makes you special in a way that I am not. If we were all the same, that's not equality. I don't know if any of you have ever read the book The Giver, but in that book, everything is gray. Everything is monotonous, entirely flat, sameness. And I think, in a way, that's kind of what we strive for, exact sameness. But then the joy of differences gets sucked out of society. There's this vortex ripping away our individuality for the good of everybody else, when really just sticking to what we know can be a good thing. I'll explain the differences specifically more in another video, but I want to take a break from social justice after this video or the next one, so that way I can cover some more topics. But I will come back to this, because I respect women, and I think the respect of men has gone away. I think we need to all respect each other as equals, no more, no less. Oh, the divisions here. Race. Okay, what the left in America and in many other places, because I don't think there is any country that is not this and left simultaneously, is that they will say that races are victims of the white man just as much as the opposite gender or other genders were the victims of the white male. But really, if you look back on it, every single offense that we can blame on white people were done by people who weren't white. For instance, slavery. I don't support slavery. I think America did a bad thing by having slavery. But what I'm saying is that it's not a white issue, it's a world issue. The Middle Eastern Assyrians had slaves. The Indians, the Native Americans, if I'm being more PC here, had slavery. It's not a sole white person issue. And to believe that it's black against white, against Arab, against Asian, against Eastern European, against Western European, whatever. To believe that is very foolish. It's very divisive. It's non unifying. If we want unity, we have to embrace again our differences and accept each other as equals. This picture is perfect for what I'm trying to say here. In each of us, there is a little of all of us. I don't usually like to use the Bible. I'm a strong Catholic, very strong Catholic. If you want to talk to me about specifically religious things, do that. But when I'm talking politics, I don't like to bring up my religious convictions to back up my political ones. But in short, Christians believe we are all children of God. Or, in other words, you could talk about, from a secular perspective, that we want to help everyone else because they could end up helping us. In each of us, there's a little of all of us. It shows different kinds of races and different tone of hands and arms reaching around and grabbing each other, and in the center of that is the earth. We are all brothers and sisters here on this magnificent planet. And if we want to be united as the human race, then we have to start saying, you are my brother. You are my sister. And I love you as a brother. I love you as a sister. I want you to thrive and I want you to prosper. That is equality. Selflessness on a person's part helps create equality. The government doing that does not create equality. It creates civil tension. But when people are selfless through no intervention of the government, it helps create equality. The government can't do that. Only we can. It's by remembering that in each of us, there is a little of all of us. This is the Maverick signing off, and get learning.